Welcome to DBC Diaries, episode 43. Today, we're with returning patient Mark. Mark has been with us since 2019. He's done a lot of treatments, but originally came actually to help his wife. She has a pretty rare genetic condition called hereditary spastic paraplegia, and it starts causing paralysis at the waist down. Just not fun, not good. And, Mark is really cool. He's worked for NASA on the intelligence side, very smart man, and he used his research skills and found us. He was looking into stem cells, trusted in us, and has been with us for years, helping him out. He's even brought us astronauts. I mean, he's an amazing guy. And he is my litmus test for how well the stem cells work in a lot of ways, because it's he reports back to me how many pull-ups or push-ups he can do after doing IV treatments, and we can just see it's like every time he does an IV, his pull-up count goes up. It's incredible. He's got so much energy, such a cool guy, and he shared his story with us, with all of you, this trip, so you can learn more about how stem cells help. We've helped with joints, IVs, helped his wife with that condition, and a lot of people he's referred to us over the years. So stay tuned. Hear about Mark's incredible journey with stem cells here at Dream Body Clinic. DBC Diaries Day 1. Today is arrival. Mark showed up at the airport. Our drivers were there to pick him up, get him to his hotel so he could rest and relax and enjoy the day.
Mark and his friend are staying very close to our clinic. It's time to get them.
DBC Diaries Day 2. Today was blood work and scans. Mark was doing his knee again, and we needed to do the MRI, so we did that. Each joint takes about 45 minutes, and it's an open MRI, so it really limits for claustrophobia if you have any issues with that. The knee is really simple because you're really not in the machine, just a bit of beeping and booping, but you get that done, good to go. We do the blood analysis, and then when people are done, we take them home so that they can rest and relax or enjoy the beach, whatever they want to do. It's usually not the clinic for too long, that way you can enjoy the day. DBC Diaries Day 3. Today was the consultation day. This is where we meet with the doctor, look at the scans, see where we're at. Unfortunately, Mark's knee was not a candidate. He is very active. He's been a major runner for many years and finally got to a point where he's just worn it down too far. As you'll see here in the scans and all that, it's sort of marbleized. There is a limit to stem cells and what they can do. We've helped him out for the past 6 years to keep that knee going, but unfortunately, he pushed it a bit too hard, as you'll see, and we'll explain here. And then we reviewed the blood work, make sure all's looking good there, looks great. Then went up and took care of payment with our admin team. And then once that was done, he could take off and enjoy the day.
Well, today we have a Mark. He's a returning patient. He came for the intravenous treatment. That treatment is really good in general for a full maintenance and well for anti-aging also. So, let's see the process.
In a moment, Mark will receive his IV treatment with stem cell here with his group of friends.
Today's treatment day. Mark knows exactly what to expect. Came on in, talked with the doc, and then got him going with treatments. And stay tuned now and you'll see Mark's testimonial of how treatment has worked for him, his family, his friends, and everyone else. All right, welcome to DBC Diaries, episode 43, and we are here with returning patient Mark. Hey, Mark, how you doing?
Hey, good, Josh.
Great to see you again. I mean, you've been with us for such a long time, and call you Spaceman, or as our NASA expert here, Mark. So, what's been going on? Like, I remember you came originally for your wife with her issues. So, if you want to start there, and
Sure.
I don't know, wherever you want to go for
Yeah.
there.
So this is my 8th visit. Kathy and I came down in October 2019. She has a very rare disease, hereditary spastic paraplegia, HSP. And in 2018, she actually got a treatment in the States before this was made illegal. Yeah. And with about 5 million stem cells aerosolized, she got a treatment from a doctor that was a personal friend of ours. And within 13 days, she was fine. Perfect. Lasted for about a week or two, walking normally. A little background, this disease basically starts to paralyze you from the waist down and to the point you're finally incapacitated in a wheelchair. It's a very bad disease. What we noticed was, this was amazing. It worked. So when they made this treatment illegal, I started looking elsewhere. We do this at NASA. You do tons of literature searches. I searched the world for clinics outside the US. I was researching every paper out there, every book out there, read everything that Dr. Reardon and Dr. Kaplan produced.
Yeah.
You look at it, all their research, you could see the logic behind this. You could see the science. It was worth a shot. So we've brought her down many times. She didn't come down this time because her walking is actually stabilized.
Amazing.
Yeah, she figures, she goes, I'll wait till I need it, which was remarkable. So,
cool.
And two summers ago, she was actually walking 5 to 8 miles a day through Italy. We were on a Mediterranean cruise.
Awesome.
And she was actually walking better than me. So. At that time, when we first came down here, we found your clinic. What did we do? My knee was starting to go. I had already visited my doctors in the States, and they said, if you do any more running, I was doing half marathons at the time, and I love to run. I trail run with my dogs. They said, if you keep on doing this, your knee is shot. You're going to need a replacement knee. This was actually in 2015.
Yeah.
So by 2018, I retired from NASA, started with a national lab. I'm traveling extensively. And after being there for about 1 year, my knee was getting really bad to the point I couldn't sleep through the night without taking meds on travel to walk through the airport or just walk a mile or two, which I had to do for work to visit very remote sites.
Yeah.
The pain was intense. Always wore kinetic tape, always wore a brace. So I knew I had to come down here. So when we took Kathy down, we did my knee too, along with 100 million IV.
Yeah.
What was amazing is within 13 days of rest after the IV, I was really feeling good. You could feel the energy level go up. I then decided to take my dogs for a light trail run, just do a very, very light jog.
Okay.
And I take them out and it's like, oh my God, I have so much energy. My knee is feeling perfect. And from that point on, I was running probably about 3 to 5 miles a week.
Oh, wow.
2 to 3 times a week with my dogs. We go trail running.
Okay.
And I've been doing that. I did that for about 4 years. And I was actually, I increased it up to about, I started doing high intensity training, which we'll get to. But at that start, what I noticed was I had so much energy that when I came after 2 weeks from the first treatment, 100 million IV, I go to my chin-up bar. So before, this is what you do in NASA, you get all your stats down. How many push-ups can I do? How many chin-ups can I do? Sit-ups. You try to get a base mark.
For sure.
To see if there's any change in your physiology, because there's clearly some evidence that your physiology would improve. So before I came down the first time, I was able to do like 15 chin-ups.
Okay.
When after 13 days, I go run with the dogs. I come back to the chin-up bar and I did like 30. And I had to tell myself to stop because I was laughing so hard. It's unreal. So I wait 2 more days. I go back to the bar. and and let's see how many I could do. I could do 50. And for the last 5.5 years, I've been doing on average about 50, 55 consecutive chin-ups.
Amazing.
You know, I would do P90X, the routines with, 80, 90 pull-ups, doing maybe 10 to 15 pull-ups and chin-ups in interval.
Sure.
You know, you do all that.
Those are tough workouts.
Yeah. We, and like I say, for about 4 years, we're doing good. It wasn't until we brought General Stafford down here in 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So 2 years ago, I did 200 million stem cells for the first time. At that point, 200 million, I felt like Superman. I was doing high intensity workouts. I was literally running 10 mile an hour, quarter mile sprints at 10 miles an hour, which is like a 6-minute mile pace. Unfortunately, I was at 205. I'm 25 pounds overweight. And the workout was so intense, I blew out my knee.
Yeah,
from just
it too hard.
Really pounding, really bad.
And that's what we just saw with the MRI, right? Was just the knee's done.
The knee is done. The knee is done. So, I commend you guys in your honesty, because I've got my friend Kevin here and my friend Ken here. Ken has 2 bad knees.
Yeah.
If you don't catch this in time, there's not enough cartilage, there's not enough meniscus to do the repair.
But we got you another 6 years out of it, so
absolutely,
that's the good news.
Absolutely, super thrilled with incredible health. So what I realized, though, the health benefits, muscle regeneration that nobody really talked about.
Yeah,
huge.
I agree.
And so I've brought down maybe 30 to 50 friends, all success stories, just incredible success. But the amazing thing was the muscle regeneration. So for my wife, Kathy, getting, 100 million, 200 million stem cells has basically prevented the muscle atrophy that this disease causes.
Yeah.
Huge, which is why she's not here today. She'll come down when she needs it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so great. And because of you and because of her, we've gotten to help a lot of other people with that disease, actually, that have come down for the spastic paraplegia, because there's nothing else out there for it. And they've seen her videos, and it's been really cool. It's helped a lot of other people.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Well, and to go back to our visit with the general, he was 92 years old. He was going to come down years sooner, but COVID hit. So, when he was like 88, he was ready to come, 88, 89, he was ready to come down. Yeah. And then he waited a year, and then COVID hit, so he couldn't do it. Before he came down, he's consulting with all his astronaut physicians. Is this legitimate? Is this good? Yeah. He's researching everything. 3-star general, this guy's sharp. So he finally decides, his doctors clear him. They say, go on down. He comes on down. And ironically, he actually, he got, I think, 200 million stem cells. 2 weeks later, I call him, check in on him. How are you doing? And he goes, well, I feel okay. I don't think I've changed, but his voice was booming. When he came down here, he could barely talk. He's not talking a whisper. And when I knew him 10 years prior, his voice is booming. He's talking fast. Basically, all his ability to speak with a commanding voice came back. He's talking fast again. Quite remarkable, and he was doing quite good.
Well, and he was so happy. I mean, he sent me down like a plaque that he taken the patch up to the Soyuz and had all the cosmonauts sign, and he framed it and sent it down. I was like, incredible.
He was extremely thrilled and grateful for this. This meant more to him than you could ever imagine, just because this was a scientific breakthrough. So he was starting to tell all his friends about this. So yeah, these are really amazing success stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed I've done 8 treatments close to 6 years now. Yeah. And I've noticed that if I come down like every 8 months, I never quite hit peak. I'm usually getting another treatment before the stem cells wear off.
Yeah.
So at about 10, 11 months, especially this last one, I could just feel my energy level just drop.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed to come back, and which is why I'm back. And
well, and that's what we tell people. We found they stay in your system about 8 months to a year. So it's usually around the 8-9 month mark. You start you feel a little less energy. They're not in there helping out. So, yeah.
And some of the more recent papers I've come across actually from China. I wanted to see if there's any connection between mesenchymal stem cell therapy with regenerating the thymus.
Yes.
And the Chinese are doing this now because of the overpopulation of elderly.
Yeah.
And they want to,
Yeah.
they want to keep them healthy. And they're showing via, I forget if it was MRIs or CAT scans, they could see the regrowth of the thymus, which nobody has ever really documented before.
Yeah, and the other thing that we offer that has been proven too is, have you read the TRIM studies for HGH, human growth hormone?
Yes.
So that regenerates the thymus also. And so, I mean, I've been on growth hormone for 13 years.
Yes.
Nobody does
Yes.
more stem cells than me. I'm producing lots of T regulatory cells and I never get sick. I mean, I never get sick. It's incredible. So
Yeah, I admit I've done simoleon, and it's not as good as HGH, but
better than nothing. Yeah.
it's keeping my IGF levels high. By the way, Kathy with her disease has an IGF of 219
Whoa.
at 65 years
That's
of age.
really good.
It's super good. The simoleon keep me pumped up, but
Good.
I have to tell you, whenever I get sick, which is rare because when you do a lot of business trips, I'll be sick for maybe one day.
Yeah.
And then it's out of my system. It's rare that I'm sick more than one day on occasion because I'm on the plane a lot, doing a lot of travel.
Yeah.
You just can't avoid it. But
No.
and when I do get sick, it's super light.
Well, and we see it in the blood work here because almost all our patients are flying down. I don't think I've seen a patient in the past 13 years that their white blood cell count wasn't a little bit low the day after they land. It's just all that recycled air on the plane.
Yes.
I mean, it wreaks havoc on your immune system. You're going to be fighting something.
Yes. But like you say, the TRIM studies are truly revolutionary because, this is why for COVID patients at 65, the mortality rate started to really increase because your thymus turns to fat. You can't produce T cells. The HGH studies are amazing.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, and they're saying it helps with nitric oxide production, which is huge for your arterial health. That's a big problem with the calcification of your arteries as you age, is not enough nitric oxide. So the thymus also helps with that. I mean, they say it should be classified as an organ, but it's still considered a gland. So it's, but it's not talked enough about, I think. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, no, it is amazing. Yeah, and so here's like my acid test. We have a lot of land that I have to take care of. I had a retaining wall that blew out from some floods, so I had to rebuild a retaining wall with 80-pound blocks, and I had to rebuild about 60 feet of wall, about 4 feet high.
Oh wow!
At my age, and it's like, I don't want to do this. But if I go contracted out, I'm looking at $20,000-$30,000. So it's like, okay, let's just see how hard.
So you're picking up these blocks, and
like nothing.
Awesome.
80-pound blocks, just stacking them. I'm on a hill, so even with the bad leg, it's like a no-brainer. And at 66 years of age, this is unreal. And
well, we were just showing me your forearm there. Let me see that. That's awesome. So you've got, and this is huge for forearm strength. Actually, they've proven longevity is directly tied to your grip strength. And nobody ever pays attention to their grip strength. So I bought one of those testers that you can squeeze to show your force. And then I got this ball that has a gyroscope in it, and it creates centrifugal force. And I do that every day to just get my grip strength, because it's a huge connection between grip strength and longevity. So
I've read this. I've read those studies. Well, usually I'll do because I'm still working a long, intense day.
Yeah.
On my Fridays off, I'm not a gym rat, but I'll still just do this just to maintain health. And I'll still easily, bench press 200 pounds at my age and do, 50 chin-ups. Every day I do 50 push-ups and alternate between 50 and 100 push-ups.
Nice.
It's just the energy levels there. And when I ran, before I blew up the knee, you could just feel your VOC content, your lung capacity has been restored. Clearly, the stem cells are doing a lot just to get rid of the fibrosis in your lungs.
Well, and you'll like this. So we had a patient, he's about your age, in his mid 60s, and I think he's been with us like 2 or 3 years doing the IVs. And so he did, you know, that Brian Johnson guy, the Live
Oh, yes.
Forever, right?
Yes,
So,
yeah.
because so he has this DNA methylation test where you spit in the tube and it gives you your biological age versus your real age, right? Or your
Yeah.
epigenetic age. And it's cool because it doesn't just tell you that, it tells you for different organs. So like for heart, for lungs, for different things. And what we found with this guy that I thought was real interesting is, so he's like about in his 60s, and his total like age came out at like 42, which is awesome, right? So we're turning it back. But the one outlier was his lung age was 27.
Oh, wow.
And he asked me about it, and I said, well, it actually makes perfect sense, because when you do an IV of stem cells, it goes to your heart. So, I mean, that's huge for cardiovascular health and endurance and all that, but then it goes to your lungs, and about 70% of them get stuck there for 2 to 3 hours. And a lot of them dissipate in because they're stuck there in the capillaries. So huge benefit on lung health. And we're seeing it in these tests that are actually showing, because a lot of those cells go there, the lungs are aging backwards even further than other organs. So it's really cool.
I believe that. I actually, for the most part, I feel like I'm in my early 40s. When I look at my health, my stamina, I look at my 50s, I felt like I was really tiring down before we started the stem cells.
Sure.
And I was always getting short of breath. Now I literally, and you know, we do so much work around our house.
Yeah.
Now usually I work from like 10 o'clock in the morning till about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, doing repairs, doing gardening, just doing projects. Before stem cells, by about late 50s, I'd be able to do maybe 3 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing 7, 8 hours worth of work and feeling good.
Nice.
No. So yeah. And it's just sad because, like I say, I look at my contemporaries, I'm not getting any wrinkling on the skin.
Yeah.
My muscle strength is good, but yeah, just overall, I'm not feeling any effects of aging. I don't think I've aged at all.
Look like you have. So.
I haven't changed.
I wish we had a video from 2019 so people could see, but Mark looks exactly the same as he did when he first came. So
well,
awesome.
And what is amazing is usually after the stem cells, I'll drop like 15, 20 pounds. So
yeah,
my weight is high right now because when you're at the end of the stem cells, I notice I can't metabolize as well. And then after this, you could see that you're getting like any leaky gut is basically getting cured, and I could tell physiologically.
Yeah.
For about 3 months or so, I could feel my it's hard to explain because
unless you've done it. And the gut health factor is huge. I mean, we're fixing gut health issues constantly, and you know, when you're already healthy, it just you metabolize everything better. It's huge.
Oh yeah. So, yep, that's my story. And I think I'm here with my friends. They're ready for their treatment.
You've brought a lot of people to us. Thank you. Yeah. And thanks for sharing. I mean, this is going to help people at home. And if you at home would like to learn more about stem cell therapies and what we do here, take a look at the website at www.dreambody.clinic. Scroll down on the homepage. All the treatments are listed. You can click them. They got info, they got prices, they got studies, videos like this with past patients. And if you want a free consultation, call us anytime, toll free at 888-704-3977. I'm Josh. Happy to help. DBC Diaries Day 5. Today, Mark's taken off. Departure day. It was so great to see him again. He's one of my favorite people out there. I love talking with him. He always tells me all kinds of crazy stuff. I love it. And if you would like to learn more about stem cells, please get a hold of us. You can go to our website at www.dreambody.clinic. Scroll down on the homepage. You'll see all the treatments listed, information. You can click on those. They've got the info, prices. They've got links to studies. They've got videos like this with past patients showing their success, and so much more. And if you'd like a free consultation, then please call us toll free at 888-704-3977. I'm Josh. Happy to help.